Hello boys and girls, and welcome to my preview and predicted lineup. Fulham against Arsenal. The Premier League is back, but it doesn't feel like it's actually been away because of everything that's going on. Of course, it's a little bit different to normal. Normally we have a whole summer of just getting away, having a break, pre-season tours, and by this point you just want the games to start. You're buzzing, you're so hyped. But it was only about a month ago that the season finished, and we was all celebrating another trophy after beating Chelsea in the FA Cup final. It was only 2 weeks ago that we was actually playing a competitive game, albeit the Community Shield, against Liverpool and winning another trophy. So things do feel a little strange in comparison. Now this game, Fulham, it's going to be a difficult game. I'm not looking at this and thinking Fulham have just been promoted to the Premier League. Scott Parker's done an amazing job at Fulham, but they're going to have a difficult season. This is the very first game. Their first game back in the Premier League. Now, if we were playing in front of fans, I think it would be more difficult because they would have that 12th man, shall we say. It's not the biggest of stadiums. It's a very old-fashioned, traditional ground. But it would have still been difficult. The fans are pretty much on top of you and pitch side. So it would have been one of them where you look at it and say it could have been a banana skin. You could have slipped up in this game. But with there being no fans, with the way that we are playing under Mikel Arteta, the way that he's got the team set out and the way that he's got them mentally, gives me a lot more confidence that we will go into this game and get the job done. Now, one issue that we do have, and it's not the fact that we've just come back from this break and some players are not really up to speed in comparison to others. It's the fact that we've got a bit of an injury crisis, and an injury crisis in defence. Arsenal must be one of the only teams I know that can have 8 defenders and 5 of them are out injured. 5 are injured. David Luiz is the latest to be injured and he has been ruled out. Mustafi won't be back until about October. Callum Chambers is coming back from his long-term injury, so he's going to be a little while yet. And it's a bit of a strange one in that, sense. I do feel that Mikel Arteta is going to go with the 3 at the back still. I do feel that one of Gabriel or Saliba will make their debut. Rob Holden and Kieran Tierney are going to be crucial. And it's going to have to be, on the money in terms of the way that they perform. Spot on. Fulham have made 5 signings during the course of this summer. I keep saying summer because that's what it feels like, but it's not. Anthony Knockhart is the most notable name in there. And they've still got 3 weeks or so to try and strengthen. I think that Scott Parker has gone on record to say that they don't want to make wholesale changes. They only want to bring in the right players and the right personnel who understand, what the project is and what the, goal is for Fulham this season. Ultimately, it's to stay in the Premier League. Let's make no bones about it. They would love to have a season like Sheffield United, for example. But if they can finish 4th from bottom and avoid relegation by goal difference, they would take that right now. Trust me, Fulham would take that right now. So it's going to be a very, very interesting game. And the lineup is going to be very interesting. It'd be quite surprising if anybody predicts this 1 to 11, even myself. I've got a few right in the past, but given the fact that we have this injury crisis, given the fact we don't know what formation he will play, given the fact that we don't know what players are up to what speed, etc., it's a really strange one. So, with that said, this is my predicted lineup and what I feel Mikel Arteta will go for the game. Starting off in goal, Leno. This is a position where there will be debate. There's a lot of people saying Emi Martinez, and there's a lot of us saying Leno. Bernd Leno is Arsenal's #1 goalkeeper. Let's get that straight. Some of the disrespect that I've seen towards Leno has been absolutely shocking. Have you forgot how good this guy is and what this guy done for the club before he got injured? He was playing in goal during one of our worst periods when we were conceding 25, 30 shots on goal a game. I would love to have seen Bernd Leno in the latter part of the season when things were a lot more tighter in defence. You know, even after lockdown, that first game back, you remember Manchester City and how bad that game was. If it wasn't for Bernd Leno that night, it would have been double figures. Are you mad? Bernd Leno starts in goal. Emi Martinez, love the guy. Think he stood in absolutely impeccably. But he's not better than Leno, in my opinion. And it looks like he's on his way out to Aston Villa. So if he's on his way out the door, then you're going to play the guy that is the mainstay. Bernd Leno, end of story. Now, in the three at the back, first of all, I'm going to go with Rob Holden. I think that he will probably go central, to be quite honest with you. David Luiz is not in there. So I feel the one that would deputise will be Rob Holden. It's very evident now that he's not going to go to Newcastle. That looked like that was going to happen a week ago. But with the injuries, it's actually quite lucky that that didn't, materialise. So Rob Holden. On the left of the three, I'm going to go with Kieran Tierney and a bit of experience. Somebody that knows how to play the position. It would be tempting to put Gabriel in there. But given the fact that he's only been training for about a week and he's getting used to everything, I feel that it's just a little too soon this game. So I will go with the tried and tested, and that is Kieran Tierney. Now, on the right of that three, I'm going to go with William Saliba. And he knows the team, he knows the players, because he has actually been here for a year already, albeit he went back to St Etienne on loan. He still knows the surroundings and everything else. He's also been here longer during the pre-season. He's got minutes under his belt and everything else. And I feel that he's just a little bit more ahead of Gabriel in terms of preparation. So I will go with Saliba. Now, in the wing-back positions, and on the right-hand side, I'm going to go with Hector Bellerin. And I would like to see this situation with Bellerin sorted out once and for all. Are you going? Are you staying? What's actually happening? For this game, given the fact that I have to play some players in other areas, is the reason why I would start Hector. Otherwise, I would actually go with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. But for this game, I'm going to go with Hector Bellerin. In the left wing back position, I'm going to go with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Now, I was very tempted to put Saka there, but I would like to see him in a more attacking sense. Maybe not so much in this game, but I mean going forward. He's still a young boy. He's still learning. And that's what I would actually go with, to be quite honest with you. I would go with Maitland-Niles, knows the position, does brilliant in there. So I would play him. It's as simple as that. So now in the midfield two, first of all, I'm going to go with Granit Xhaka. And I think you see just how valuable this man is to the team right now. He's been performing brilliantly. One of Mikel Arteta's main men. And I don't think there's anyone that can actually argue with that. So Granit Xhaka. Now, alongside him, this is where we're going to have some decisions. Because, of course, you could go with Mohamed El Neni. But it's very evident that he's not part of the plans moving forward. So I actually wouldn't start him in this game. I would start Dani Ceballos. And he's only had a few weeks off, obviously, since the cup final and everything else. He has been back here. He is training. He should be fit, fresh and relatively okay. So I would actually play him in there next to Granit Xhaka. Now the attacking three, and this is where we've got a lot of options and things could be very, very interesting. On the right of the three, I'm going to go with Reiss Nelson. And the reason why I'm putting him ahead of Pepe is, again, preparation. I think that he's had a little bit more preparation than Nicola Pepe. Don't get me wrong, Pepe's going to come in at some point in the next week or so, and he will be unreal. I think he's going to tear this league apart this season. But given the fact he's only been back about a week or so, and Reiss Nelson's just a little bit further ahead, that's what I would go with. Now, on the left of that three, I'm going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And I would have him ahead of Willian, given the fact as well, the same thing. Willian is new. He's only came back around about a week ago. And I know he's got the experience and stuff, but I feel that just for this game, the tried and tested and the ones that are a little bit further ahead in terms of their, preparation is what I will go with. So Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, what more can I say about this guy? Absolute world class. It's as simple as that. He goes in there. Now, up front, as the main striker, I'm going to go with Eddie Nketiah. And I'll tell you one of the reasons why I'm going to do this is because of his performances for the England under-21s during the week. He was on absolute fire. Hat-trick in the first game. And I know people can say it's the under-21s. It's not that great a level and everything else. But listen, when you're in the kind of form that Nketiah is, you play them. And you let them express themselves and go out there and try and score more goals. He's in a rich vein of form right now, scoring goals. So let him carry on that momentum. Like I said, there's a lot of players that are not quite up to speed yet. So I feel for this game that I wouldn't start them. But Eddie, I've got no problems with it. I'm going with the players that are more ahead in terms of preparation, and he's definitely ahead of a lot of players like Lacazette in terms of preparation. So I would start him, to be honest with you, and that's what I'm going to go with. So there we go. That is it. That is my preview. That is my predicted lineup. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about that lineup. Do you agree or disagree? If you do disagree, where would you change things? Who would you bring in? Who would you take out? Of course, I was saying on my DT's Daily earlier on today that I won't be doing the watch along with AFTV because DTFC, we are right in the middle of a league campaign now and we are playing. I am luckily enough to be able to watch the game because our kickoff is after the Arsenal game finishes because we've got an early kickoff. But I can't make the trip from the office to my team and it's just too much. So it is what it is right now. And I'll be along with Robbie and that after the game, giving my thoughts and everything else. And also maybe do the player ratings with him and AFTV. And then, of course, you will have my player ratings on this channel and everything else. So tomorrow as well on DTFC's channel, our first league game is out. And you do not want to miss this. It took my editor absolutely ages to sort this one out with the amount of goals we scored. 6 p.m. on the DTFC channel. Links are in the description to that channel. So if you haven't seen it already, make sure you subscribe. And of course, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button on this channel. And make sure you smash a like on this video. I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.